guys, so we are here in Roseanne's kitchen. I'm with my friend Dave Rubin.
Hello.
And we are going to talk about Islam. Is it a religion of peace? A religion of pieces? Let me know.
There's no way this is going to go well. Is there any way that we're not going to be hated after this?
Nope.
All right, well then let's do it.
I've already said Islam, so that's just red flag.
Yeah,
for
so you're already a bigot and a racist.
Already, yep. Yeah, racist, I love that
You're
one.
a racist.
It's one of my favorites.
That was, remember Ben Affleck called Bill Maher a racist because he was talking about a certain percentage of people of the Muslim faith that are involved in terror attacks, and he called him a racist. Except what's the problem with that?
Well, Islam is not a race.
Because a race is...
You know, not a religion.
Those are two separate things.
Totally separate.
Totally separate things. Okay.
So, what is your experience? Because I have made videos before on Islam, and the hate that I get is just crazy. Like, I mean, I am very out there. Like, I have, talked about Muhammad and not been favorable towards him, so that gets people riled up.
You drew a picture of Muhammad,
At
didn't
one
you,
point
in a
I
video?
did,
Yeah, so that's...
Because freedom.
Yeah.
So
I drew a picture of Muhammad also when the Charlie Hebdo thing happened, and I posted it to my Instagram.
We are talented artists, so why not express that?
Mine was actually a stick figure, but it was pretty good.
Mine was a little bit more detailed than that.
Okay.
But no, what has your experience been with it?
So it's a topic that basically nobody wants to touch because of the politically correct police, and because every time you discuss anything related to religion or race, immediately, if people don't like what you're saying, within 2 sentences, they automatically call you a racist or a bigot or whatever. Yeah. So as a general rule, I'm not a big fan of religion as a thing in the first place. But that being said, that doesn't mean that all religions are equal. And at this moment, all religions have done bad things. As Obama said today at the National Prayer Breakfast, Christianity went through the Crusades. A lot of people were killed, right? There was the Inquisition. A lot of people were killed. But right now, there is a strain of Islam that is out of control. And you could argue about all the geopolitical stuff in the U.S. We went to war in Iraq, and we got rid of Saddam, and he was tampering down a lot of, like, we've all messed up a lot of things. So that's why the conversation's so tough. Because it's about religion and it's about politics.
Right. I mean, if Christians today were doing what they used to do back at the time of the Crusades, like, I would be just as adamant about that.
Right.
You know? And I don't think that that'd get called a racist and stuff if I did that.
Right.
But
so then what do you think it is then? What's the like sort of thing there? What's the linchpin there?
I don't know. I feel like people are worried about being so politically correct that they're afraid to say what needs to be said for a very real problem.
Yeah.
They're tiptoeing around it because they're afraid to offend people, because it does offend a lot of people. And they are more afraid of causing that offense than actually standing up and saying something to make the kind of change that needs to happen.
Right. So that's the other thing is, so then a lot of times they'll say, well, you're Islamophobic, which is, I don't fear Islam. I'm not a Christianophobic or a Jewophobic. That would be, I don't fear any religion. I fear people that want to kill me or that want to subjugate women or throw gays off buildings, as is happening in Syria right now, or behead people or burning the Jordanian soldier, which I watched the video and it's appallingly horrible. So we can't say that has nothing to do with religion, just in the name of political correctness, right?
Right, yeah. And
they're the ones saying it. Like, they're saying they're doing it for religion, and then our politicians are like, no, it has nothing to do with religion.
Yeah, especially the Charlie Hebdo thing. Like, that happened because the cartoonists were drawing Muhammad. And they want to say that it wasn't about religion.
But by the way, they were drawing everybody. They were drawing Jewish characters. They were drawing...
Yeah, they were doing that. And what gets me is, like, a lot of the times they'll say, oh, it's just the extremists. It's not the religion. It's like, listen, whenever I talk about religion, I'm talking about the religion. I'm not talking about everyone that falls under the umbrella of that religion. I'm not talking about every subscriber to that religion. I'm talking about the tenets of that religion. And Islam is a very violent religion. And I say the same thing about Christianity. Old Testament is brutal.
Yeah.
But in the Quran, it says if you are a member of the faith and then you leave, or if you're not a member of the faith, that you deserve death.
Right.
You know?
Right. So it literally says that if you leave, you deserve death, that for apostasy, right?
Right.
Like
so they say, oh, it's just extremists. It's like, right, but they're extremists of a religion that is very violent. If the religion were peaceful and they were extremists, they would be extremely peaceful. You know?
That's a good one.
So if I can make a video about the religion, it's not insulting all Muslims, and people who take it that way, I'm sorry, but that's not my fault.
Right. So I guess with the books, look, I've never read any of I didn't read the Old Testament, I didn't read the New Testament, I haven't read the Quran. I've just got a lot of tweeting to do and things, so I don't have that kind of time. But I don't, off the top of my head, I know a lot of Jewish people, for example. I don't know one Jew that believes in the Old Testament that takes it, that's walking around with the day to day and going, you know, if there's got to be a chop handoff thing in there, right?
Shellfish, you know,
Right.
two cloths, the same cloths.
Right. I mean, I eat bacon.
Cutting your hair.
You know.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff.
So yeah, I guess it's all about how much everyone takes those things to be literal, and
Right.
it seems, at least at this moment in time, see how politically correct I'm trying to be? In 2015, it seems like there are more people taking those tenets that you're talking about, the leaving the religion, or there's, you know, all the things about subjugating women, all that. There seems to be more people in Islam that are taking it literally at this moment.
Right. I mean, it's a huge problem, and it needs to be talked about, and no amount of politically, you know, correctness is going to actually contribute to fixing the problem.
Yeah, now, wait, my final thought on this is, what about for all the people that are going to be like, oh, see, an atheist and a Jew attacking the Muslims, that's what they're going to say.
I mean, that's fine. At some point, you know, you just have to expect ridiculous comments.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of comments.
speaking of comments, you guys should leave them in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Like this video, share it everywhere, subscribe, go over, check out his channel, subscribe to him. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Do a kissy face.
You're a pro.
Bye!